Good day, sir. I'm Laurence Bulquerin. I'm now going to work the assessment number 3. The ETA upon passing critical place at Avamount with a charted sounding of 5.0 meter was 11:45 on 1 January 2015. If her calculated drop upon passing was 7.0 meters, solved for the Yoki J when passing the place. Solved for the squat produced by the ship with a block coefficient of 0.83, making good 10 knots. Solved for the squat at deep and shallow water. The student should identify the following. First is determine the required high water and low water. Second, height of the tide on 11:45 hour. Total depth of water under keel clearance UKC. A formula for finding squat of the vessel. Number 6, squat of the ships in meters deep water. Number 7, squat of the ship in meters shallow water. Number 8, solve for the actual calculated drop deep water. Number 9, solve for the actual calculated drop for shallow water. Number 10, required 10 time in passing critical place heights of the type of 6 meter. Next is you put the number 1, which is determine the required high water and low water zone, which the time is 0.38, 10:31, and 23:09, and which is the height is 10.7 meter, 5.8 meter, 10.8 meter, and 3.6 meter. So you need to see the difference to see the real time. So 10:31, if we're gonna put the 10:31 here, and 16:08 between the 11:45, with the 10:31 and 16:0 between it by the 11:45. Next is the the height, which is 3.8 and 10.8. So we must see the difference first. So here it's blank. We must find the time. We must find the required of 11:45. So first is put this 10:31 and 11:45. Their difference is 1.23, and the difference of 10:31 and 16:08 is the 5.62. The difference of 3 point, it's there's nothing here, so we put the x here, and the difference between 3.8 and 10.8 is 7. Why 7? So 10.8 minus 3.8 is equals to 7. So it's 7 the difference. So now bring down the difference, which is the 1.23, 5.62, and the height, which is the 3.8, and no, sorry, it's which is the difference between 3.8 is which the x, and the difference by 3.8 and 10.8 is which is the 7. So how we gonna solve it? We need to cross multiplication. So the result is 5.62. We write the 5.62 x kasi wala siyang value dito. So 1.23 times 7. So 1.71 1.23 ulit 1.23 times 7, which is 8.61. 8.61. So sunod man natin gagawin is ita-transpose natin yung equals to, ita-transpose natin yung x dito. So ang magiging sunod naman is bring down the 8.61 divide 5.62. So 8.61 divide 5.62. So ito yung mga 8.61 divide 5.62. 5.62, which is the answer of the x is 1.53 meters. So the number 2, which is the height of the tide on 11:45. So we have the 1.53 here, the 1.53, and 1.53 meter, and which, so we need to plus addition the, which is the 3.8 meter. So 1.53 plus 3.8. So 3.8 3.8 plus 1.53, which is the answer is 5.53. So the height of the tide on 11:45, which is the 5.53. Ito, 5.53. So 3 is total depth of the water. So the total depth of the water, which is we have the given, which is the 5.0 meter. So how we total the depth of water? So we have the height, which is the 5.53, and the total deep water. So we need to total. So 5 5.33 plus 5.0, which is the answer is 10.33. So the total depth of the water is 10.33, and the height of the tide on 11:45 is 5.53. Total now number 4 is under keel clearance. So how can we solve or we get our underkill clearance? So how to get is which is the answer in the total deep water of is 10.33, and in the given upon passing, if her calculated drop passing was 7.0 meter, so 0.0 meter. So under kill clearance, uh, how to get, so 10.33 minus 7.0, so 10.33 minus 7.0, which is the answer is 3.33, which is that's the our UKG under care clearance is 3.33. And the number 5 question, the formula for finding squat of the vessel. So what is the formula for finding the squat of the vessel? First, we have the deep in water, which is squat equals block coefficient BC times speed squared to close parenthesis divide 100. And the shallow water in water, the formula is squat equals open parenthesis deep water close parenthesis times 2. That's the formula of squat of the vessel. Now we have the number 6, squat of the ships in meters of deep water. So first we must make the formula of the squat in deep water. Squat equals open parenthesis BC, which is the block coefficients times speed squared divide 100. So squat equals, which is the BC, the with block coefficient in our given is 0.83. No, 85 pala. 85 pala to. Sorry. Wrong. 85. So, squat equals open parenthesis 0.85 times 10 squared 2 divide 100. So, when we solve, we need to solve first. So, 0.85 times, wait, we must 10 times 10 equals 10 times 10 equals 100. So, all clear. 0.85 times 100 equals 85. So, divide to 100, which is the answer is 0.85. Our squat in deep water is 0.85. Next, we have the shallow water. Shallow water. The formula is squat, open parenthesis, squat, in deep, in deep, close parenthesis, times 2. So, squat, 0.85, which is yung nakuha natin kanina sa ibabaw. Ito yung squat natin, times 2. So, the result is, first you must calculate 0.85 times 2, which is 1.7. So in our deep water, we have the 0.85. In shallow water, we have the 1.7. So next, which is the number 10. Required time in passing critical plates of the tides of 6-meter action. Number 10. The required time in passing critical place heights of tide with of 6 meters. So we must, which is works out time here, which is the 10:31 x, because still missing the 6.0 meter, so we need to find the time between it is the 16:08 hour, which is the height is 3.8 meter, and which is that in the height is 6.0 meter and 10.8 meter. So we must find the difference first. We must the difference of 1031, which is 1031 r x, which is x, and the difference of 1031 and 1608 r, which is the difference is 5.62, and the difference of 3.8 meter and 6.0 meter, which is 2.2. So 3.8 meter minus 6.0, which is the result of 2.2, and 3.8 and 10.8 meters. So 10.8, must bring down my calculator. 10.8 minus 3.8 is answer is 7. So the difference of 3.8 meter and 10.8 meter is 7. So we must bring down the x, the 5.62, bring down the 2.2 and 7. We need to cross multiplication. So 5.62 times 2.2. So 5.62 times 2.2, which is the answer is 1236. 1236 equals, which is x, 7 times x equals 7x. So we must transpose the x here. So equals 12.36 divide 7. So first is we must 12.36 divide 7, which is the answer is 1.76. So we need to round off, which is 1.77. 0.77 the answer. So it's not the answer of the x. We need to convert it to time. So 77 is not in the time. So we need to times 77 times 60, which is the answer is 4620. So the answer is 1 hour and 46 minutes meter minutes pa. For 1 hour and 46 minutes. So now we have the 1 hour and 46 minutes. So in able to find the time of 6.0 meter, the time we need to, which is we need to addition the 1031 r to meter to 1 hour and 46 minutes. So 31 plus 46 is 77. 1, let's bring down the 1. 1 and 1 plus 1 equals 2. Bring down the 1 because 77 minus 60, which is 17 minutes. So that's why they have a 1 up there. So the answer in the ito, yung x natin cross out, which is 12 hour and 17 minutes. Which is the answer. The the required time is 12 hour and 17 minutes.